Tango short at 27 right, American 941.
Number 350, Joey, Joey, cross runway 26, and make short runway 35 at Hotel. Cross 26, hold short 35 at Hotel. Back at 1941, cross 27 right, and then taxi the Papa 2, please, so runway 27 left.
Papa 27 right, Papa 27 left, American 941.
All right.
50, Jojo, there's your intersection there. Just monitor tower at 118.5. Appreciate all the help.
All right.
After 1941, just continue Pop 2 and tower 118.5.
Whoa, what was that?
That's 365, cross runway 26, hold 57 at Delta. Cross 26, hold 57 at Delta. Cross 365 and cross 26, 27 at Delta, departure tower is going to be a...
And you know what? Let's check that as well. I didn't check those when we were at the gate. We were up and running already. That looks good. And TRA, and you're on auto.
Kilo to Lima, hold short, runway 27 right.
Kilo to Lima, hold short, 27 right.
Shuttle 6162, cross 27 right, join Sierra, and then monitor 118.5. 8.5. Take care now.
8.5, and...
It's a little weird.
Cross 66 right of Lima, and...
You got it, cross 27 right at Lima, and join Sierra, shuttle 6162. Have a good day.
Lima,
San Juan to Cozumel. I have a couple of friends that already left already. They're already inbound. I'm a little behind schedule. I had some problems with my tablet. Wasn't working right. But I'm running at 4K now, and the screens are nice and smooth. Other than when I first start, I don't know if it's PMDG doing it, but I've not been able to figure out those stutters. Only when I'm starting the aircraft motion. And then it smooths out. Very strange.
Avenue ground, Piedmont 6171, coming up on spot 13 with Oscar.
Piedmont 6171 down to 927 left, taxi Golf and Echo, short of 279.
27 left, be a Golf Echo, hold short of 27 right, Piedmont 6171.
Right.
5171 cross 27 left, the right jet, tower 135.1, 135.1.
Okay, on Echo, cross
You get my clock going. TARA, what do we have here? Attendance, lights, start selectors, auto throttle transponder, parking brake, 40%, and we are on our way. And we could lose that screen.
It's going to be 135, 1 in there, 35, 1 on the
Nice and smooth. Alright, 40%. Stable. Thrust is set.
Airspeed's alive.
Airspeed's active. Check. Throttle hold. Gear up. That's a cool view. Flaps 1. Oh, that's an amazing view out that window. Beautiful. I'm seeing it at 4K. I know you guys aren't, but wow. Man, that looks good. And flaps up. And 290. All right, you can have it. Clouds look amazing. So we've got 1,227 miles to Cozumel. 108 miles to top of climb. A couple of friends of mine are on Discord. They got off ahead of me. I'm a little behind the times, but hopefully we can get this flight in. Clouds look amazing. Beautiful view. And let's turn over now. That's 10,000. Right on the money. Oh, that's an amazing view. Beautiful.
Sky 726, one right 75, altimeter 3012. 1 ready, 5 now.
up some. We're a little behind the times. See if we can make some of that up. I gotta make most of it up.
Not a problem. There's just you and me out here at the time. Sky 726 just talked to the tower, and they got some circuit traffic on 12 and one coming out 12, so I got to take you around for the ILS. Turn right 15 degrees, vectors downwind.
Check right to 15 degrees, vectors to the downwind. Thanks, much.
How you doing, Marcel? 1 a.m.? Oh yeah, you're up a bit late. Yeah, it's still early here in the States. For my exterior displays, Forever Gaming, or my interior glass displays? The exteriors, I'm using 375-inch Samsung high-definition monitors at 4K. And then in the flight deck, I'm running an additional 4 monitors that are running at 1080p. And then I have the 2 glass screens hooked up to the CDUs that run on the second computer. Most of this is on one computer. Yeah, I can't complain, Marcel. I'm getting by, you know, one day at a time. Great thing is I get to enjoy this every day if I like, you know. Now listen, man, have a good night. I'm glad you dropped in to say hi. And it's pretty smooth. We'll let them run around. Oh, well, I'm using MS 2020 with Device Interface Manager as my go-between. But I can also use Flight Deck Solutions to X-Plane, you know, FDS to XP. If I'm going to use X-Plane 12, I can use either base platform with this setup now. But I find I'm finding myself more and more time spent in 2020 doing a little more sightseeing, only because it's, you know, actual satellite data, you know, compared to the plausible world. It just looks so much better. 86. And the Device Interface Manager software for MS 2020 is freeware. I believe he's just asking for donations, and he hasn't even started yet. There's a Discord channel. If you do a search for Device Interface Manager, you'll be able to check out the software, even take a look at it. If you have pieces of hardware, you may even be able to see if you can get it working. Thanks, I appreciate it, Marcel. So we got another 80 miles to top of climb. A little bit of ways to go. And we're just under 1,200 miles to Cozumel. 1188. I'll tell you, MS 2020 is, for me anyway, the simulator that just keeps on giving. I am amazed at the performance that this thing just keeps putting out. I'm running one computer. Now granted, I am running the latest, greatest graphics card. I have a 4090 in there from Asus tough board. And I am running an AMD 7950 X3D processor with some DDR5 RAM. So, but with that said, I'm able to run 3 exterior monitors, 75-inch displays at 4K, an additional 4 monitors here in the flight deck at 1080p. I'm running the device interface manager software that allows my button switches and dials and whatnot to work with MS 2020. I've got FS Chatter running, and I've got the panels actually pulled out from PMDG because I'm using their 737-800 aircraft. And with all that going on, it's still smooth. It's amazing. When I run X-Plane 12, I run 5 computers as opposed to 2 right now. And I run 1 for each display, 1 for my glass screens, and 1 as a server. And it's still not this smooth, which is amazing. And I'm running in the ultra settings. It's phenomenal. For me, getting the simulator built, what I did is I went to a company called Flight Deck Solutions. It's a company in Canada, and they make all these components. And I basically paid them to build me the entire flight deck and then ship it down. And when the flight deck came down, one of their IT, Steve, came down, and he and I put this together in a week, along with the help of another friend, Mr. G, that has his own flight deck. So that's basically how I had it done. Me, I'm in Boca Raton, Florida. And because this is here, my car stays out in the driveway. This takes up the 2-car garage. So we should have 21 on the fuel and yeah, right on the money. $282. Yeah, the clouds look pretty cool. And the view never gets old. Looks absolutely amazing. Alright. So we're looking at another 58 miles of top of climb, and we're just under 1,160 miles to Cozumel. So it's going to be a little while. We're cruising at 36,000 feet today once we get up there. And I'm going to be pushing it to Mach 0.8. So should be basically just below red line. See if we can make up some of this time. A friend of mine out in California that flies for American Virtual. They got off the ground a little bit before I did. So I'm going to see if I can make some of that up. Won't make up too much of it though. So far, PMDG's hit it right out of the ballpark from originator flight, which is cold and dark, just about up to cruise. We're at 28,000 for 36. So, no complaints. It's been a beautiful ride. I've adjusted my experimental views once again. They were pretty much angled up a little bit too high. They still are a little bit. Not much I can do about it. If I do that, then the top edges look a little weird. So It's about as best I'm going to get without having some type of warping software.
Okay,
But from sitting in here, when you're in a position to actually fly, it actually doesn't look that bad. A little bit in the corners, you see a little bit of edge up, but not bad. I haven't fooled around with the front screen though. I might be able to take that front screen and bring it up a little bit and then bring these two sides down at the same time as bringing the front up. I may try that for my next run, see if that's going to work. That's one thing I didn't try, is I never fooled around with that center monitor. That's always been at 0. Yeah, I know, sometimes it gets hard to try and keep going. And then again, sometimes, you know what? It's not a bad idea to step away for a little while. Advice I should take myself sometimes, but I don't. Maybe once we get established on cruise, I'll see just how far behind I am. That can actually come in. And text and the fuel, 19.1, and we're at 19.4 right now. Not bad. Looking pretty good. There's a little bump around going on there. Keep that up. We're going to have to put them back in their seats. Yeah, you know what? Get them back in their seats for a little bit. We're bouncing around a little bit, and we got another cloud layer coming up, so hopefully we're going to get above that. If not, then we'll have to request 380, which won't be denied. Right on the money. 19.1, we're at 19.2 right now, so it's perfect. I have a ways to go. We have over 1,100 miles, so we got a couple of hours to go. We didn't even get up to cruise yet, so we got another 22 miles to get to cruise. So we're heading all the way over to Cozumel from San Juan. So it's going to be a few hours. I don't run my flights at extended time rate. I try to run them as close as I can to FlightAware, where I find them in the real world. Although this flight didn't exist, there was American Airlines flight, but you had to get a connection. So we're going to run this as a charter.
We're super happy with 6 laps.
I've also been doing additional work to my flow checklist here. Basically the way it is right now with the text in black, that's all the flow items. What I plan on doing now for each section is breaking it up, and you see there's going to be some green text here, and any of that green text or orange text, whatever I decide to use, those will be checklist items. So if you have someone in the flight deck that doesn't know anything about the flight deck and you want to run through Boeing flow from beginning to end, You just go through every step. If you're pretty good in the flight deck, you know your way around, and you just want to hit all of the checklist items, then you would just hit all the items that were written in a certain color and then move on to the next section. So this will take care of both flow and checklist, and should be pretty easy being color-coded to separate the two. So there's numerous downloads from various sites with that. So you can get it on flightsim.com. There's another one, flightsim.to, I think it is. There's a few sites where they're out there. Now that's cruise. And we're back to being pretty smooth again, so let them run around. Not bad. That's 22 minutes from entering the runway to 36,000 feet at cruise. Not bad. One. Not much to see up here at cruise other than some water and some clouds. And PMDG has been great all the way up to cruise. No hiccups at all. Right now we're at Mach point 806. Doing a little bit of a boogie. We're definitely moving. Don't know how much time we're going to make up, but should make up a few minutes.
Let's 654 hanging. Good morning, to the Emirates 25 Emirates 2553, I need negative. Good. United 961 Heavy 360. United 961 Heavy 360.
Looks like the clouds are picking up a bit. We're going to run into a little bit of weather here. Got anything here? Actually, I'll take the weather. You can have the terrain.
WestJet 248, contact center 1239. 239, that's just 248. Echo McFarley, Medevac, contact center 12392. 2392, Echo McFarley, Medevac. Have a good one.
Shamrock 123 Heavy, center good. United 2771 Heavy, center good. United 961, spacing Nelly on course.
Direct to Nelly, on course, United 961 Heavy.
United 961, around those speech by the traffic on the fire, we're close to 15.
Great, thanks.
A little bit of rocket going on here. 11 knot crosswind. Not that bad. And 280.
16654, contact center 13565.
And from there, we're out at 84.
Morning, Chicago 8161 Heavy, next under 250.
Thunderbird 161 Heavy, negative.
Center, you're done, Emirates 2566 Heavy, level 350.
Emirates 2566 Heavy, negative.
Thanks, Forever Gaming Man. I'm glad you could join me for a little bit of the ride. And for those of you that are still here, I hope you're enjoying the view. Although there's really not much to see other than clouds and water for the most part. Now it's just take it easy. Now we're in range here.
November 14350.
I think I just passed my 8th year anniversary with my Flight Deck Solutions hardware. And I have to say that this flight deck has performed beautifully. I mean, there is absolutely nothing to complain about. This is, the quality and the workmanship is just second to none. Beautiful. 8 years. And it looks like they just put it in. And everything still works. And she has gotten a tremendous amount of use. So, kudos to Flight Deck Solutions. Yeah, clouds are starting to pick up. Well, what do we have? Just over 900 miles to top of descent. And we got 1,038 to Cozumel. Matter of fact, let me get my cell phone.
Air Canada 169, contact arrival 1205.
Get an idea on just how far ahead they are.
Air Canada 170, 178, contact level 280.
Level 280, Air Canada 170.
What's your next weight?
Center Romeo Bravo Bravo at the descent currently level 240 for 100,000.
Romeo Bravo Bravo, roger. Romeo Bravo Bravo, contact arrival now 1205. Good night.
Order on 20.5 Romeo Bravo Bravo. Hello, speaker 5 Charlie, Alpha, flight level 230, cruise at 3706.
55 Charlie Alpha Heavy, good evening, sir. Flying, flight level 370.
Thank you, Clark. Level 370, be good 5 Charlie Alpha.
Get an idea on just how far ahead they are. If he's actually watching his cell phone, that is.
Contact center now on 135.62. 562, west to left. Bruce, good evening. BP now 175. The next sector is running some additional trail. There is any terminal area this evening. Information Victor.
And 284.
American 2588, flying flight level 260.
American 588, 240.
Let's see.
Roger.
67 a key bet.
Air Canada 792, good evening. Descend to flight level 240, transition to 250 knots. 240, transition to 250 knots. Canada 792, roger, information Victor. Okay, thank you.
About 200 miles behind him. I'm just about 200 miles behind you. What's your speed? I'm pushing Mach 0.8.
Rouge 1886, descend to flight level 240, transition to 250.
Not Mach. Mach. Put MOCH.
Dakota 498, heavy.
That should be in range. Oh, he's pushing 812. I don't have to kick it up even more if I'm going to catch up.
Rouge 1836, contact the center now at 135.62.
13562, Rouge 1830.
I've got a ground speed of 470. 4 knots. That ain't gonna cut it. We ain't gonna get anywhere near him. But there's not much more I can push. We're just about redlining now. Okay, Alpha, we should have 17.7 on the fuel. We're at 17.8 right now. Looking pretty good.
Quarter 243, complex level 230, speed 220 knots.
Level 230.
Air Canada 498, descend to flight level 240 when ready. 240, Air Canada 498.
That's Alpha and 284 still.
Quarter 245, complex cycle 230, speed 190 knots.
Ground peeking through the clouds look nice. Look at those peaks. Oh, yeah. Nothing but water out to the left though.
Quarter 243, keep direct heavy contact.
San Juan, turn right, 10, I'll check you some right heading 310, expect to cross 57. We're all the way down to around 11,000. Okay, good job.
Yep. Cloud cover's picking up. Looks like there might not be much to see in a little bit.
Air Canada 423, I have the front rank in time for you, advise for the stop.
Go ahead, Air Canada 420.
Air Canada 423, arrange your flight to front rank inbound from Toronto at time 0036. Speed is your discretion.
So feel speed our discretion, we're going to bring it back to probably a Mach 7 or something.
Yeah, that'll be fine, there's no need behind you, yes, sir.
Sensor Kennedy, Cleveland 20, flight level 350.
Speedbird 20, Heavy, flight level 350, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Air Canada 738 Heavy, with you at flight level 310, that's Air Canada 738 Heavy, hello, that's flight level 240, your discretion, translation 300 or better. Roger, discretion 300 or better,
November 42 Delta Alpha, contact the center now, 127.0.
127.0, 47.
It should be in range. Or just about. So we still have another 835 miles at top of descent. 970 to go to Cozumel. Hey, jet driver, how you doing? I enjoyed Pat 738's flight earlier today. I know he's running the same flight I am right now, although he's a couple hundred miles in front of me. I had some issues with my iPad I had to get worked out. Couldn't get my maps working. But everything's back. We're looking good now. Still have a ways to go. I still have 830 miles to top of descent and another 965 to Cozumel. One of my longer flights. But I want to see if I can get these CDUs to go no sync, being that they're by themselves. I got a feeling that it's not the CDUs causing the issue. I think it may be Duet that was causing that no sync problem. I think there's another program called Share Desk that's doing the same thing. So I figured a few more long runs. If they don't go no sync, then that's pretty much, I believe, that's the issue. Some type of interaction between Device Interface Manager and Duet, all these programs that allow you to share your screen. Which would be nice, at least the problem's been found.
Emirates 2411, ready to send 8,000, altimeter's 2972.
Ready to send 8,000.
Yeah, I think when I'm on Discord later, I'll let Niles know. I think that's what's going on. I don't think it has anything to do with his stuff. I think it's just that interaction that's going on. And it doesn't happen all the time. There must be some type of signal that gets sent at a certain time, and it just coexists with this, and it just doesn't like it. Oh, hey, Pat. Yeah. You're a couple of hundred miles in front of me. I had troubles with my iPad, so I'm a little behind the times. I was going to join your Discord channel, but I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm not an AA guy, so I better not. I says, I'll ask you first, and then maybe next time, being that I'm not on VATSIM, but
Level 280, Canada 459. Encore 3651, with you, level 250. Encore 3651, radar identified. Good evening.
Go ahead. Yeah, we're up early. Looks like for
Jet Driver, you caught Pat's flight earlier today, didn't you? Or parts of it? That was a nice ride. Yeah, they're going to get into Cozumel way before I am, so you'll be able to enjoy that approach, landing, everything else. And if you want, still come back and catch mine. If it's not too late.
I would do that to share. Emirates 241, you can contact arrival now, 12447.
Yeah, that's pretty much where all the fun is. You know, the departure and the landings, the taxi out, taxi in. Cruise is kind of boring. You know, you're just monitoring systems, watching clouds, and either some mountains or ground textures, and water going by.
Encore 3467, Cozumel speed, plan 23, proceed directly.
We should be just about in range there. Yeah, I've got no weather on my weather display the whole way so far. Do have some cloud cover out there though.
Nortrend 1841, calling level 310.
Yeah, Pat does a lot more flying than I do. Well, what I have been. Since I got my new medication, I've been feeling pretty good, so I've been getting more flights in. I think I've flown every day this week. It's been pretty good. Next time I see my pulmonologist, I got to thank him.
Sorry, was that Nortrend 1841 looking for level 340? Okay, I'll pass you request along. Nortrend 1841, calling for level 330.
Or you only on text, Pat, on Discord?
Nortrend 1841, go ahead. No recent reports or complaints at all. Are you getting shot there?
I also managed to figure out YouTube a little bit more, Pat. I got your website on my, well, your YouTube channel's on my channel now. Same thing with Picatanga and Rookie. So, took forever to try and figure out how to get those on there, but I finally got them. Yeah, I'm just about right in it. I'm at 360 right now. We're doing a little peekaboo. I was going to go up to 3.8. Were you at 3.8 and bumped up to 4.0? 3.8's no better, Pat?
Canada 66, turn over David, our contact on level 350.
Level 350, Canada 66.
Canada 426, Roger, how's the ride? Good, thank you.
So what do we have? Etibod. 16.6 on the fuel. We're at 16.7. We're looking pretty good. Oil pressure, oil temperature, oil quantity, vibration, all that's looking good. Hydraulic pressure, percentage we have is fine. Looking good. PMDG is performing beautifully.
Air 1080 Heavy Toronto, can I radar contact on the portable 33,
So we're looking at another 770 miles to top of descent. 905 miles to Cozumel.
Now 123.8 seconds. Okay. Center was just 3 heavy request for 3.5. Was it 3.5, portable 3.5? 3.5.
Yeah, this is really starting to pick up now. Clouds out in the distance on the right look great. The way they're layered. Beautiful. Man, looks good. So, 16.6, 16.6 on the fuel. Perfect. What do we have next? Pep.
Lewis 1924 heavy today radar contact on the portable 310 normal speed. 310 normal speed, 1924.
Surprised we're not getting jostled around a little bit here. A little bit of stutter going on there.
Lewis 1914 heavy, San Juan, 312.
289.
Switch through level 302 for 230. Lewis 1702, San Juan, 370. Hi, 19 level 370. Alta de 65 Foxtrot heavy, San Juan, level 370.
Man, I'll tell you, take a glimpse real quick. Some of these images look real. That's how good it looks. And in 4K, no less. Amazing. That should pop up. And we'll move you to about that. Uneventful flight so far. From originator flight, cold and dark, all the way up to where we are now, 360. Still have another 878 miles to go to Cozumel. PMDG's been right on the money.
Taking out 428, San Juan, level 350. 350,
came out loaded with what? I only see part of it.
98 earlier today, we had a smooth ride at 260.
Looks like the message got cut off.
1798, oh my right, good, that's no problem.
272. Oh, that's a cool view.
Rouge 1559, contact center 13442.
Yeah.
3442, right? 1559.
Nice.
Brother, good evening. Air Transat 308, they be climbing 18.3 first level 230.
Air Transat 308, heavy contact center level 370.
Back to level 370, Transat 308.
Air Canada 428, contact center 1356.
356, Air Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, at least it was pretty clear while we were over the land.
Exit 791, contact.
Not going to be much to see over the water.
2467.
12467, exit 791. Take control, Everett 9935, flight level 340.
MS 9935, heavy delay.
Value, we're looking at 15.9 on the fuel. We're at 16.2 right now. Looking pretty good.
Exit 791, Lander.
And I know we got a ways to go, but let's have a look here. Is that airport on my list?
Exit 791, descent to flight level 370, discretion.
Pilot discretion to flight level 370,
And exit
You
791.
are not on my list, are you? That's how long it's been since I've been into Cozumel. I don't have my keyboard, do I? Alright, well, we're at cruise. Let me go type in this airport so I can get some charts. I'll be right back.
Air Transat 744, contact 12787.
2787, understood.
Connecticut. Victor Papa, Victor, what altitude were you looking for? I can't remember.
I had like 5,500.
Victor Papa, Victor 5,000 feet through for now.
Yeah, 5,000.
And Bravo, Victor, Julian, 4,000 feet the above.
4,000 feet level 3.
Bravo, Victor, Julian, continue flying 5,000.
5,000 Bravo for Julian.
Let's see. Change that. Okay. What do we have restriction-wise? At Margie, we have to be above 210.
770, 130, 130.
Right. And that's going to be, we're going to put that slash in there.
Swoop 103, Toronto Terminal, you're in
Above.
feet, and after the noise, we
And that was at Margie. Don't want to get yelled at. That was it. That is at 19. And on Gav is above 4. Let's just put that in anyway. It's above 4, but it doesn't have it.
check mark.
Let that recompute.
2103, contact the center on 135.62.
That looks good. this in right now.
Tango leaving terminal area at flight out above 3,000 VFR Polish Line, SIGNAL, CBL, there's
272.
Roger.
And we're looking at 490 here.
Center Metro Tango Mike, Double 4,500
Tango New Mike, Roger, squawk at 411, is that correct?
Affirmative, London, Virginia.
Tango New Mike at flight 4,500 VFR, you proceed to the altimeter is 299.
Arms getting tired. 490. 490. It is.
Terminal area at flight 3,000, proceed to the data call first.
3,000 data on board,
This approach going to one-way track. 4-3. Dear good, climb and hold at 4. We're going to hold at 4. What are we looking at here? 519. 25. 16. That looks pretty good. Okay, don't need that just yet.
Take flight 2, 6,000
Tango New Mike 6,000 VFR.
Under 6,000, Tango.
Tango New Mike, Roger, contact 135.1.
135.13, Tango.
Roger.
So far, there's been nothing unexpected. A whole lot of water out there coming up.
Aircraft 842 cross Seagrass 2 dead.
Then we get some air conditioning in here. Getting a little warm.
96, contact center 1 suite, decimal 6.
35, thanks, good night, good one.
Thank you. Charlotte 764 Henry, Sun, good evening, contact level 390.
500 level 39,
Bed. Then we get into Kingston's control.
Center 352 310. Aircraft 352, Sun, good evening. Thank you.
Air Canada 430, just talked to flight level 185 with level 330.
Air Canada 430,
Pat's live stream. He's live on Discord. He's not live on YouTube tonight. He was on YouTube earlier, but today he's just live on Discord. And that should be in range.
United 938, contact center 12787.
127.
Now we're fighting a headwind.
Maple 7599, contact center 12437. Thank you.
And that is an hour out of San Juan since we entered the runway. And we've got 803 miles to go to Cozumel, 673 to top of descent. Quebec, we should have 14.8 on the fuel. Right now we're at 15.5. And we are looking good. I should ask him if he wants me to share his screen while he's on Discord. I could probably put him down in the lower right-hand corner instead of you looking at the front of the aircraft. But he may not like that. Or else he'd be on YouTube himself, I would imagine. Looks like it's breaking up again. Is that right?
Maple 79599, leveling 320.
Maple 7559, Sun Information Tango.
Headwind's starting to pick up too. Zoom out a little bit here, you'll see going to be leaving land behind here for a bit.
Aeronautica 008 Arizona, good evening. Proceed direct to Lima, India, Tango. Lima, India, Tango, Aeronautica 008, thank you.
And let's put that in.
352, comments on 135, there's not 2.
Nothing uneventful so far. We're a little over an hour into this flight. And everything's gone just as expected. We're at flight level 360. We've got another 647 miles to go to top of descent and 776 to end the flight at Cozumel. And it looks like we're going to be entering Kingston's airspace shortly. Should be just about in range. And that should be 7-1. And keep at 14.8 on the fuel. And we're 15.2. Looking pretty good. Alright, you know what? I think that's enough air.
Taking an 858 good evening, contact 330, good ride today.
Thank you very much. Ready to climb to the maintain flight level 330, meeting climbing ticket.
United 152, side, good morning. Good ride.
Thank you. Good evening,
I just took 04, something on level 370.
What are we looking at here? About 2 more hours to go.
I just 04, something level 350.
Man, I tell you, running those hour-and-a-half flights, you really don't feel the headset pressing on your ears, but when you start getting longer than that, we're doing multiple flights in a day. Oh man. Need a little less spring in these things.
Contact center 12787.
Good time, I think, John. 6 over, bye.
I-856, center record.
Center route 1930 heavy with a 20.5 and 230 over at Cloud Super.
Route 1930 heavy, center good morning, proceed with over, level 330.
330, Greg Bolton,
Should be in range.
Canterbury 726 and Bravo 190 for Bravo.
Big Gunner 472, climb to level 270.
Bravo 270 or
Big Gunner 472 when ready, descend to level 240.
when ready, 7 Bravo 240.
I-856, contact center 12072.
Fuel is right on the money.
Maple 7562, center climb level 330.
Should have put the Discord channel up. Anybody that wanted to chat. Could probably still go do that.
Big Transit 340 heavy, center climb level 370.
Level 370,
It's gonna be
Midnight 2 Whiskey heavy, center record.
you.
maintaining 350 traffic Kingston.
Vision 587 heavy, center good morning. Vision 587, contact me on my other frequency 12467.
12467 and 587. Antenna 587, 12467.
Vision 587, thank
On
you.
the Seba water. Those little puffy clouds look pretty cool.
Good morning, Starlight 772 heavy,
290.
Starlight 772 heavy, center good morning, Nation Victor. Okay, we've got Victor Colonel, thanks so much for that.
And you're in range.
Vision 587, contact center 12387.
That's it. That puts us in Kingston airspace.
Starlight 772 when ready, descend to level 240.
And a correction level 240, Starlight 772 ready.
Starlight 772, just confirm your Beaver 5, Mr. Robertson, Corral. 8 minutes. Thank you.
Tally 14.6. And we got 14.7 on the fuel. Perfect. Yeah, that's like me. I don't know Discord all that well myself, jet driver. I really don't. I'm lucky I get around there as much as I do.
Got the East 9 shots on the flat level 280.
Fuel's right on the money.
Starlight
I know we got a ways to go, but when do we get picked up on that approach?
Thank you.
Cuba.
American 98 Heavy, level 330 right now.
American 98.
Thank you.
Got a ways to go.
Just
600 some odd miles before we hit that chop. Just a little bit
No, I don't
before we get there.
anything. That being said, our weather radar is back over here. Heating is required and
Okay, so you're not seeing
We're inbound, well, 290, we're set.
American 132, 390.
American 152, I'll be at 3900.
Good morning, 7062 level 110.
Yeah, we're going to be going for water for a while.
40702410, good morning. Student information info.
We're going to be over water for a bit. Wow, that moon looks amazing up there. I know the camera's not picking that up, but wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Man. That's pretty cool.
Let me take a look at that.
Yeah, more than that.
American 132, proceed direct to Boston.
Thank you, Lafayette Tourist, American 132.
I don't know if you can see how well you can see that, but man, that looks pretty good. I don't know if it comes into focus or not. That looks pretty cool. Oh, that looks pretty good, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
That's a great view. So what are we looking at now? We're looking at 566 at the top of the descent, and we're just under 700 miles to Cozumel. We're at 695. Oh well, we should have 13.9 on the fuel. We're at 14.3 now. We're looking pretty good. Yeah, you see that moon, Pat? Man, that looks fantastic. And my camera's not doing it justice. I'm seeing that in 4K. It looks great. Right now, Pat, I'm just under 700 miles to Cozumel. How far out, you guys? You got to be, what, 500, 4 and change? You got to be way ahead of me.
310 for proceed 290.
That should be coming in the range.
Thank you.
Starting to get some overcast out there now. Noel, 13.8. We're at 14.2. Fuel is beautiful. And that's an hour 15 minutes out of San Juan. We're heading into Cozumel. It's time for some more air.
Carriage 572, contact runner 135.62, good morning.
3552, Predator 522, good morning. Good day, coverage at 574, heavy, on the move 390, requesting north, I'm calling.
Carriage 564, heavy from below is 390, please direct after all approach.
Okay, I'm going call, coverage at 4
Carriage 564, Liberty 18240.
South 240, coverage at north,
Those of you that may just be joining in, I'm running a flight from San Juan over to Cozumel. We're an hour and 16 minutes into the flight since we left the runway. And we still have another 674 miles to Cozumel. Another 544 to top of descent. We're boogieing pretty well. We're at 8.02. Fighting a little bit of a headwind. I got started a little late. I'm about a couple hundred miles behind everybody else.
JetBlue 2578 at 360 center, good morning. Is needed for traffic, are you able 370?
Affirmative, JetBlue 2538.
Okay, thanks, I'll let you know.
And that is something else.
JetBlue 878, contact center 119.37 minutes.
237, Blue
13.8 on the fuel. Noel, we're at 14. Perfect.
JetBlue 834, deviation left approved, procedure response numbers,
Left approved, when able, notify JetBlue 34.
Thank you.
Next waypoint's a bit of ways off.
Hey, Center, JetBlue 504 request.
JetBlue 504, go ahead.
Yeah, we'd like to try flight up to 370.
JetBlue
So
504,
fuel's right on the money.
When they say flight level 370.
Actually, we're up a touch. Should have 13.8. We're at 13.9. Not bad.
JetBlue 2578, flight level 370.
Starting to get a little heavy out there, though. Overcast is picking up. Really not going to be much to see unless that clears up. And we're running right into it.
JetBlue 504, contact center 119.37 today.
1937, good day, JetBlue Mountain Airport.
JetBlue 834, how much longer do you think you're going to be on that today before you make the turn from Boston?
My course now, JetBlue 34.
Okay, thank you.
And 1896.390.
Yeah, 896 at 390 is low. Should be breezing to the head of the plane.
Thank you.
Not yet. How about you?
JetBlue 834, contact center 119.37 today.
1837, JetBlue 834, good day.
You had an 1896 current deposit on course.
Direct response is on course. JetBlue 20, looking at 330.
JetBlue 20, flight level 330, center left.
Thank you very much, Delta.
What are we looking at here before we get on that chart? Yeah, we still got about 500 to go.
Check contact, JetBlue 25, negative.
It's been a beautiful ride, and the weather has been nice the entire way.
China 7399, heavy at level 35,
Let me give my wife a hand. Be right back.
JetBlue 20 deviations left for first class 24. July 90, heavy at 410, below. Air 2640 is flight level 350 and 77 on clear design. Sure, 2640, 350, below, and you can see the time. Thank you.
American 2588 370, and we are 77 miles.
American 2588, 370, below, and entering 77, thank you. China 7399, deviations left arm route. When you're able, please working to perform 50 and advise.
JetBlue 472, wicked 370.
JetBlue 472 at 370, Thunderbolt.
JetBlue 20 is back to
JetBlue 20, thank you.
We've done that PLC that you guys are using on 05, but we're wondering if you are, if there's any chance you can hold it over 23.
JetBlue 20, contact Center 119 at 1237, take care.
1930,
Hawaiian 90 heavy, what's your rock speed currently? Thank you. Air 2640. Air 640, go ahead. Is flight level 370 available? Yes, it is. Air 640, on level 370. Keep the speed of 77.
That should be in range. 8. It's been a beautiful run. Only thing I have to hope is that my tablet battery holds out. I can't have the tablet plugged in when I'm running the chart for you. It connects via Duet to my computer so you can see that view. And it has to run on battery. So hopefully it'll last 3 hours. Well, we're an hour and a half into the flight now, just about. Hour and 26 minutes since we entered the runway. And we have 472 miles of top of descent, and we are 601 miles out of Cozumel.
Hawaiian 90, Harvey, contact 119er, that's 137. American 2988, contact 119er, that's 137.
1937, United American, 2588.
JetBlue 472, contact 119er, that's 137 today.
11932 for JetBlue 472.
250 to top of descent, Pat? Yeah, no, I've got I've got 464 to go. So yeah, you're 200 miles in front of me. I figure that's what I figured, probably a little over 200.
JetBlue 2578, contact Center 119er, that's 137 today.
211 miles behind you. I don't think I made much of that up at all.
American 49, Buffalo 390,
Actually, I think I might have lost a little ground.
United 1896, contact Center 119er, that's 137 today.
1936, maybe that ain't JetBlue 20 request for deviation.
JetBlue 20 deviation left for first possibility.
Thanks for possibility over with. Good morning, Hawaiian 90, what's your best level, 410?
Hawaiian 90, India 410, hello.
Hello.
Delta 2258, contact Center on 119er, that's 137.
1937. Morning, Air Canada 156 Heavy, flight level 370 with, no, curfew match.
Air Canada 156 Heavy 370, hello. I'm showing hotel and I checked the extension.
That was coming. WestJet 426 request descent.
WestJet 426, descent level 280, just confirming we're for status flight.
7280, affirmative, we are on WestJet 426.
Thank you.
Cannot get over this view, man. It is absolutely beautiful.
WestJet 652, descent level 280.
Would be nice if I can get 4K cameras in the future. Bump up those graphics from 1080p to 4K. Because it just looks spectacular out the windows.
WestJet 652, your west.
Yankee Lima Delta, contact 11977.
28 miles from Samster.
WestJet 426, contact Center 119er, that's 117 today.
3257, WestJet 426.
So when I hit about 240 miles out, you guys should be landing.
WestJet 652, contact 132, that's 157.
Yeah. 4.25 at the top of the descent. Chugging along.
Air Canada 126 heading sun level 280. Air Canada 788 contact center 145 decimal 62.
35, 52, Air Canada, 782.
Yeah. JetBlue 96 contact 119 decimal 37 today.
So it's 1932, for JetBlue 16,000.
JetBlue 96 negative is 19.
Should be in range.
Over 937, thank you, JetBlue 96.
Air Canada 156 contact 13257.
3257, good morning, Air Canada 156. Good morning, FedEx 152, heavy flight level 330.
FedEx 152, good morning.
Air Canada 126 contact 13257.
3257, Air Canada 156. Good morning, West 516, checking in for level 370.
Flash 516 center, good morning, news information, India, that's just switch over.
Be nice. Maybe I get the return flight in tomorrow. It's a pretty nice flight.
Thank you. Flash 516 Sunday, your discretion, file level 280.
That's enough air.
Good morning, Rouge 1983 information, India. 355 to 310, we have curfew section.
Version 933 55 310 low India is correct. I checked the exemption. Version 1983 just walk through code please 5553.
53 for Rouge 1983.
Level 290, we have 210. 210 for level 290, low kilo correct, and continue that level 240.
Continue to stand by level 240, please 111.
210 for contact center, on 13562, take care.
3562, 210.
Flash 516 contact center, below 3257.
Let's put you.
Route 1983 descend level 240.
Hold it for. What I missed.
Yeah, 362 and 350
On the way down, we go down to 21. We got a little ways to go, though.
Route 1983 contact center.
We're under 400 miles at the top of descent. 5:22 to go to Cozumel.
FedEx 5038, heavy flight level 330.
FedEx 5038 today, 320.
Route 1983 contact center, level 35, take care.
3562, Rouge 1983.
All right. If I miss my medication at 8 o'clock, I'll be back.
724, flight level 370, yes.
74370, below India current. And you have the exemption this morning.
That's correct.
Thank you.
You would think I missed my medication for a day. I missed it by 20 minutes. My wife gets a little nervous. It's the Anoro. It's that new breathing stuff they put me on. It's been working pretty good. It's allowed me to sit in here, get some flights in, which is pretty cool. Alright, I got a ways to go, so we can kick back and relax. What do we have here? We've got about 370 miles before we're on the approach chart, or the arrival, that is. We're under 500 miles to go to Cozumel. 366, and we're on our way down. And at Itmad, we have, well, we should have 11.9 on the fuel. We're at 12.1 right now. Looking good. PMDG and MS 2020 have been performing beautifully. And that's from the originator flight, cold and dark, up to where we are right now. I was having a couple of no sync issues with my CDUs and my monitor that was running my stream. So I moved the CDUs to a different computer. So far there's been no sync issues at all. And I believe I found what the issue is. I think it has something to do with Duet, which is a software that I use to give you the Navigraph display back here that I share. And another gentleman that was having trouble with the CDUs and no sync was using something called, I believe, DeskSpace, which basically does the same thing as Duet. And I think it's associated with those types of software and not DIM itself. So I think this is going to be good from now on. I don't think I'm going to have this go no sync at all. I've had a few flights so far. This is going to be the longest one from San Juan to Cozumel, but I don't think it's going to, I don't think I'm going to have a problem. I think the issue has been found, finally. Just means I have to run the CDUs on a separate computer that I run my Duet program with Device Interface Manager. That's all. Easy enough. So 11.9 in the fuel, we're at 11.9 and we're just about 5 miles out of Mod. Looking good. Tide min's 286. Yeah, so far, jet driver. The CDUs have been performing perfectly. I haven't had a no-sync issue since I separated the CDUs from the duet program.
We do not.
So, can check that off the box is fixed, hopefully. So far it looks like it is, though.
West at 1119, turn right, fly heading up 160, vectors first existing first throttle, and speed 280 knots below.
Right, heading to 160 and speed 280 or less, right at on 19. And just to be clear, the verbiage there, we can land before 6:30.
Yeah, correct. You're just being sequence. You just have to be tied to another aircraft that has no curfew as well.
And we're inbound Titan.
1119 check.
West at 1119.
Nice, Joe. Nice. Aruba to Jamaica, yeah. I haven't done a flight in Aruba in a while. It's a good idea. That's another good flight. Did my scuba diving in Aruba a long time ago. My certification vacation. That was pretty cool. That's not a bad idea.
Alaska 1350, equipment Thompson.
Oh, what was that airline I flew on down there? I also went to the Cayman Islands. It's the one that has a turtle on it. Can't remember the name of it. That was another nice flight, too. And they actually backed out on their own power. That was the first and only time that I've ever been on an airliner where they've done that. That was rather amazing. Speaking of the Cayman Islands, we're going to freaking skip right past it. It's going to be over our left shoulder in just a bit. You should see it coming up on your map there. 115.6. There you go. It's 105 miles in front of us. That was some pretty great scuba diving in the Cayman Islands. Ruined me for diving in the States, though. I went back to New York. I went for a dive in New York. I couldn't see the hand in front of my face. The water was so bad. That dive in the Cayman Islands in Aruba ruined me. I didn't want to dive up north anymore. That was a long time ago. My diving days are over. We should be in range here. Yeah, I've been breaking out of the States lately, Joe. Most of my flights over the past years have been pretty much in the States. But with 2020, I've been pretty much doing a lot more sightseeing because it's photo real scenery. And there's a lot of places I'm not going to see in the real world that this is just as good as being there. May not be, today's satellite data, but it's real, so it's pretty cool. Aruba, yeah, Aruba's beautiful. Poor country, though, but you go outside of the resorts there and you see just how poor it really is. There's one steak place on that island that was pretty good, El Gaucho. My wife and I went there for dinner a couple of nights. Had a piano bar right across the street from that place. Beautiful. But it's pretty poor, the country itself, though. So what are we looking at here? Oh, we're just over 300 miles at top of descent, 304. And we've got 433 to go to Cozumel. And We should have 7.4 remaining in fuel when we get there. We'll see.
Thank you.
Oh, you've been there as well? Yeah. Yeah, my wife and I, we didn't take the ride over to Argentina when we were in Aruba. Should have. Only bad thing about Aruba is all the timeshare people. Everywhere you turn around, man, people in your face with timeshare. You want to go timeshare? You get free poker tips. You just have to go to this meeting, you know, or you get this, you know, free lunch here. You just have to go to this meeting, and it's all timeshare. It's like, I have a timeshare. That's what I'm here on. I don't need more than one. Other than that, it was great the entire time my wife and I were there. And I did win when we were at the casino, which was pretty cool. And back then, they put cash in your hand. They go, hold out your hand. And then the guy just, with the bills. And they paid in US dollars. That was rather nice. Oh, yeah. As soon as you get into the resort area, oh, yeah, they're all over you. Yep. Carac. You know what? I don't think I've ever been to Caraco, even in a simulator. Ever. A whole bunch of flights, a whole bunch of places I haven't been to. But that's because I'm in the States most of the time. 66 at top of descent there, buddy. I'm 287. So, yeah, you got me by about 220 miles, Pat. Yeah, I'm lagging behind just a bit. I'm just getting ready to come over to Cayman Islands now, Pat. I'm what? I'm 66 miles from the Cayman Islands. Well, the trick that I've been told about the casinos, especially if you don't play cards, if you're going to play like the one-arm bandits, is you want to play the machines that are near the doorway because they tend to hit a little bit more because they want the people walking by to hear the bells and the whistles thinking everybody's winning a fortune. And if you're inside, like some of the bigger casinos, you want to play the ones that are near the elevators because they want to catch the people going in and out of the elevators waiting for them and whatnot. So they tend to hit a little bit more. Just a little something that I picked up along the way. Matter of fact, the last time I was in Aruba, I played one of the casinos right in the doorway, and I won one of their gold pieces. It's silver on the inside with a gold rim on the outside, and it's one of their Arubian coins or whatever it is. I still have it. It came in a plastic protective case.
At 6:30, you're going to switch over to 24 right for most of the aircraft.
And that should definitely be in range.
Rouge 1578, did you check that?
It should be 85. And it tied in. We're 11-1 right now. We 10-9. Looking good. Yeah, I think I've been to the casino a few times. I've won every time I've gone. My wife usually donates, though. She likes to play cards, but she's really not. She doesn't play all that well. Either that or the cards just don't like her. It depends on how you want to look at it. She looks at it, the cards don't like it. Me, I prefer to go in there and either play poker or Texas Hold'em. But if I can't play those, then I'll go here. I'll play the slots for a while. I don't mind.
FedEx 36, you're still deviating, correct?
Affirmative, FedEx 36.
Yeah, we departed San Juan very late compared to everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, whenever I go, I make it a point, if I want to play the one-armed bandits, I'll go by the elevators. That's usually where I'll go.
52, Quant level 300.
For the 300, yeah, 1552. Good morning, Dominique, Leafliner 2, descending to flight level 290.
MX 692, descend flight level 240, information still there.
And we're coming up on 2 hours just about since we left San Juan. We're an hour 53 minutes from entering the runway. We're moving along nicely. And it's been a great ride.
Cathay, AAA, sorry, go ahead.
Just getting ready to pass over the Bahamas. I mean the Cayman Islands.
Rate of course and direct machine, enable.
Last course, 1 miles, stolen 8, and direct tank, enable, thank you, Cathay.
United 1662, Quant level 340, direct flight.
And the fuel is right on the money. And we're 70 out now. Mombi is next.
Cathay, AAA, contact 119er, 37.
119er, 37, Cathay.
So what do we have? Just about an hour?
MX 692, what's 3562?
135 to make contact. Set up United 1652, new ride report to 340.
United 1662, first one going through westbound, and no flight.
And I'm going to be leaving Kingston airspace in a bit.
Yeah, moving in south, pretty good south. That's a calling light south 3032. And seems to be settling down a little bit now.
Okay, let me look around there, 34 minutes.
Hold it. Set up United 1662. Get back to south to side, it's on 33.5. Currently smooth at 340, request 360.
Nice. You know, I did the same thing when I was in Aruba. When we went in and I sat down, we were there no more than like 3 or 4 minutes. And I hit on the slot machine, bells and whistles going off. The guard come over, tell me, sit there, don't move. And then that's when the guy came over, put your hand out, and then he just started counting out money. I told my wife, I said, we're not giving this back. I put it in my pocket. We both got a roll of nickels, and we went into the back where they had their nickel machines. It took us 4.5 hours to give those nickels back, man. I couldn't give them away. Funniest thing ever. I remember one time we were in Atlantic City, and talk about having a busted bottom, boy. I went and I hit it, again, I was right by the elevators. I hit at the elevator for like $200 as soon as we got to Atlantic City. We went up to the room, got set up, came down. The machines are right in front of the elevators. Bam. So I had $200. I said, you know what, Dawn? Let's go into the crystal room. These are the $20 slot machines, one pull. Right? There's nobody in there. There's like one guy that's keeping an eye on the machines and one person over by the counter. And I go walking in, and I'm walking around, I'm going, no, 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 no. I go, oh, that one, right there. One pull, I hit for $100. I said, come on, they just bought us dinner. Let's go. That was the craziest night ever.
UPS 76, jet number 13457.
13457 UPS, good morning.
So what do we have? We have about 230 miles before we hit the arrival chart.
Yeah, that's good, sir.
Thank you.
Weather looks like it's cleared up some. Hey Pat, if you're still on here, let me know what the weather's like in Cozumel when you get in. I still have 212 miles at top of descent. And we're in range there. That should be 84.
Blue Jay King 54, good morning. When you're ready, this is maintain 1240 with a transition speed of 300 knots or greater.
8240, 300 or better, the transition rotation is
That moon's getting low in the sky. It might make it into the window yet. You might catch it in this camera.
Okay, 754, when you're ready, this is maintain 240, transition speed of 300 knots or less.
240,
And that is 2 hours since we left the runway at San Juan. And we've got 335 miles to go. 204 miles at top of descent. So we got 2 hours in.
And we have kilo for 1 kilometer.
Okay, 754, contact 0135.62, good morning.
Okay, sure, again, 7545. Good morning, Delta 544 Alpha, taking that 37 Alpha.
Delta 544 Alpha, good morning.
I would think they would be on their way down. Another 100 some odd miles to go. They should be done. Check that. Let me take a look at that again.
One kilo Victor, when you're ready to set a maintain 1240.
And that's 247 1 kilo Victor.
Let's put you in. I gotta fix that.
Western 525, Monday, came on 360.
Monday, came on 360,
No, I don't have it set to actual time in the flight deck. Yeah, right now it's what, just about going on 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's 544 Alpha. My report is
10-1, 10-1, the fuel is perfect. And we're inbound Ilupa, which is the arrival into Cancun. So we should be on that arrival chart in less than 200 miles. And we're 174 miles atop of descent. 304 miles to go. Less than 300 to go.
Okay, main stable and main 3 for 7 turnout.
Good morning, FedEx 4, level 350, deviating
So we're out of the Kingston airspace now.
FedEx 4 has a center deployed, so I'm happy to the Yankee leading quick.
Roger, will do.
Yeah, looks like getting a little thick out there.
Bus 3131.
And how about we have a quick look again? I know I did this already, but let's have a quick look here. Galuba. RG210. Bay 506. Above 4. Gav. That looks good. Hold at 4. Max speed is 250 knots. 490's already in on the decision height. And our direction out is really heading basically to 403, and then it's 134. It's too early for you just yet, I believe. Hey, I'd upgrade to the jump seat. Forget first class. That should be coming in range now.
Endeavor 5045, contact Center 13477 today. 3.77.
This has been a beautiful ride. Rapid descent in 143. Right now we're looking at 139 knot landing. Be a little less than that though.
Air Canada 580, center, good morning, my name is Kern. Descend out level 240, speed 290 knots.
240 and 290 knots, Air Canada 580.
Patty Boy's got to be just about done. If he's not taxiing in by now.
Georgia 7338, contact center with your speed 13562.
3562 with the speed, going something very good.
I would think he would have came in here post. I'm at the gate.
Delta 809, center, good morning, let me know when you're back.
But I would think he's got to be just about done.
Cargo Jet 907, contact 1356.
1356.
Yeah, he was like 260 miles in front of me, and we're 264 from Cozumel now. So, I mean, he's going to slow down a bit on the way down, but I would think he'd be taxiing in at least.
Southern Air 275, heavy center, good morning.
Yeah, we're going to have to deviate for, we're going to have to keep heading for at least 40 to 50 miles, and then we can head to
Roger, that's fine.
Yeah. Toronto, Delta 2738 at 320, direct nose.
Delta 2738, center, good morning. Go.
Sunshine, good morning, Delta 00310, we have...
Here's Yaluba. Just at the end of that line. And that's the approach. Or the arrival.
580, contact center with your speed 13562.
So, almost.
3562, we're looking over to 580.
124, top of descent. You know what? I'm going to grab a quick drink before we head down.
Delta 809, proceed direct to That's 1434, center, level 280.
280, that's 1434.
Georgia 7310, descend out level 240.
240, that's 310.
Delta 809, 809, roger. Trade 7, name is Sierra, center, good morning. Delta 544 Alpha, contact center 11937, good day.
1937, Delta 544 Alpha, take care.
Number 262, Cessna 1352. 35Q, Air Canada 362.
Alright, that should hold me until end of flight now.
Delta 2873, center, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
No complaints with MS 2020 or PMDG. She's performed beautifully this entire ride. And we're 2 hours from San Juan, plus all the programming work, so it's about 3 hours so far. This has been up and running. And the amazing thing is, out of all this equipment and all the monitors and everything I'm using, it was the iPad that was giving me trouble. Simple iPad giving me problems.
Delta 2873.
Amazing.
Level 360, good rate for 300, please.
The 360, good rate for 300.
Oh, Joe, I used to do nighttime flights all the time. I used to never fly in the daytime. But, yeah, I'm due to do a few night flights. I haven't done any in a while. I've been flying daytime in 2020 because the scenery out there is just amazing, you know. But, yeah, I might get a night flight in. Maybe if I go back to the States, I'll run a flight at night in between cities that are all lit up, you know. But I like that Aruba idea. I like Jamaica idea as well. I haven't been to those places either quite some time, so a lot of potential flights coming up. What are we looking at? 95 miles at top of descent and 2.25 to go. Not bad. And Aruba, we should have 8.2 on the fuel. Right now we're at 9.2. Beautiful. And the restriction on the way down that we have now is what? 210? Yeah, 21,000. Need to be about that. At Margé. Margé.
Mexico 025 today, squawk code 0571. 0571.
It's been one beautiful ride. I think maybe when I get done with this, if I'm feeling good enough, I'm going to eat something. I'm going to come back and do another one.
Yes, sir.
Maybe not 3 hours. But we'll see. Maybe.
Down Mexico 025, contact center 1356. 1356 with Mexico 025.
Flight John, Canada 57 Heavy, flight level 400.
Canada 57, good morning, 400. John, Jazz 953, check that level 240. Jazz 953, getting 240.
John, Canada 57 requesting that.
Canada 57, descend flight level 340.
Flight level 340, Canada 57.
Nice little tailwind pushing us. 20 knots. Looks like the clouds are filling up in front of us, though. They look good, but may mean there might not be much to see on the way in.
Canada 57, contact 11977.
11977, Canada 57. Good morning, Virgin 1709, flight level 360 is Zulu and airspeed 10.
Bruce 1709, good morning.
Yeah, looks like we're going to run into something. Hopefully we'll pass it through and leave it behind.
Yankee Lima Delta to San Juan ready. 40. Sorry, that's before it's there. Yankee Lima Delta.
Should be in range now. 63 miles at top of descent. 194 to go. I would definitely think Pat would be at the gate by now. I don't think he's done. think we're on that chart yet.
330, visualize. Delta 2635, so about 5 minutes.
We should show up early on here, though. How early, I don't know.
Southwest 784, contact right now, 12787. 12784, Southwest 784, today we're going to keep slow.
Yeah, you can see they're starting to build up. Work this out a little bit. It's a little too tight.
There's 1791 Center, Roger. Good morning, into the Zulu, and feel free to connect up with the land course.
We have a best close to the Neva 16 out 3 hours.
Okay. Good morning, Maple 25, 9 here, 1 crossing, 299, 1 3 0. Maple 7561, Center, Roger. Good morning, this is Zulu, and do you have a corrective vision? Hey, sir, we got it.
Maybe we're going to break through a little bit of this.
Jazz 945, Center, Roger. Good morning.
Should be 87.
United 1748, Cleveland Center requiring the lower for Newark. Descend down with in bottom 1330.
Descend 330, United 1748. Charter 17 and then one, there's a pickup break shop at 36. Do you have any records for us?
It's Arizona Highland, is that on phone?
1791 pickup break shop at 36. Any records for us?
No, I'm just first way to pass through that area. Only report I'm coming in on the west side of my airspace. Level 330, so one shot.
Okay, thanks.
Bruce 1791, they would say, you clear from level 240, your discretion, go and start down to level 1 and clear my system.
Oh, we appreciate that. PD 240, we're stuck anyway.
Table 7561, I'm trying to get it. Slopes. 7561, thanks. When you're ready, 75 240. Fire position 612, 240, Maple 7.24. That's right.
That's 112 with the 330.
West at 564, Center Road. Morning.
Showing up on that chart now.
Center now 11977.
We're good.
77 Maple 75
And we should be in range here.
There's 1791, contact center now 11977.
Thank you, 77.
About 12 years now I've been in Florida. And I've had the flight deck 8 out of those 12 years. It took me 4 years to get it in here. But I've been enjoying it for the past 8. So
20 out.
Worth every penny. What do we got? 19 to top. All right, let's get them in their seats. And we're good down to 21.
That's the next thing. I'm glad I have my fish or whatever. Okay, that's great. Thank you.
147 miles to go.
Second is 346, we did 310. That is 346, center left. Jazz 945, contact under now 11977. I'm not going to look at the things, so I'm going to jump on the phone. Good morning, Charlie Golf Charlie November Romeo, double 350, traffic 386. Charlie Golf Charlie November Romeo, I'm center roger, good morning.
The clouds have definitely picked up a bit.
That's 564, contact under now 127, that's lane
140 miles to end of flight. And we left the runway 2 hours, 24 minutes ago.
There's EP58, Center Roger, good morning. That should approve for you. I've had no real complaints on ahead, maybe just a little bit of late chopper reported not long ago.
In Aruba, we should have 8.3 on the fuel. We're at 8.4.
Good morning, sir. 5045 on a flight level 200, on a flight level 230. Never 5045, Center, good morning, flight level 280. Flight level 280, never 5045.
Quick look at this.
Encore 3495, Center,
490, and you are set to hold at 4. That is good. Let's see if they're on.
Air Canada 469, Center, good morning.
I'm trying to convince my wife, but I don't know. It would be real nice. Arizona would be better for my breathing. But she just loves it here too much. You just make sure that's on too. Okay, we're good. We're good there and there and there and there. That is already set. That looks good. That looks good. Give me you. 3038. Very nice. And
170 knots, greater Southwest, to the track, contact tower 135. 170 Spirit,
Air Canada 536, thank you.
we're on our way down. Alright, let's go back to you and you.
Canada 419,
That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. That's in. So far this entire ride's been right on the money from PMDG. performed beautifully. And we've got just over 100 miles to go to Cozumel. 108. And we're good with the fuel. 8.1 at Margie, and we're at 8.2 right now. Plenty. Beautiful. And land altitude is also set.
We can leave 1,500 on bypass for that. Let's go from the 24 left to the north and by. 5,000 on bypass, 3 left. City level at 5,000, Airplane 931 heavy around. There's 275, reduce 220, turning 75.
And this has been all PMDG auto flight for the most part.
Ranger 87, thanks for the arrival, flying 340, finish runway 08, right, hold 13 matter 848. Let me know if you get a deal. Thank you.
Setting a 340 and Just 854 arrival. Sorry, we're at 519, yeah, 4,000. Here's 375, at 8,000, airplane 35.
Should be 280.
Of course, 354, turn it in 090. Right, 090 on course.
Yeah, the entire ride has been pretty smooth. The weather's been great. PMDG has been performing beautifully. The only stutters that I noticed is when we were first pulling out of the gate, which I always seem to get. And then they disappear as soon as I hit just a few knots. Makes no sense to me. Looks pretty clear now. Whatever it was, looked like we passed it by. Oh yeah, we can see the island now. Should have it on that front view as well, that camera. I've got that camera mounted right up here. Give you a view right out that front window. Alright, next constraint coming up. We're good down to 4. And we need to be above 21 at Margie. And we're at 22.2 right now, so we are good. Fuel 8.1, we're at 8.1 right now. Looking good.
Flying 120, 75,000. 120 down to 5,000 on General 0.
Air Canada 066, not low, speed 160 knots, Quebec.
So that's just over 2.5 hours.
There's 27.5 to 10.7. Lift 7,000, there's 27.5. Uncle 3548, turn it in 150, descend 3,000. Right 150, 10,000.
It should be in range.
Order 2196, descend to 6,000,
And that is going to be... That is set. We're good all around. So, land altitude is in. I've got terrain on my display. Auto brake is set, and we're coming up on 18. Bleed air panel set to auto. Land altitude is set. Passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. Local QNH is in. Recall. Landing data, VRAF, and all that is in. We're good to continue.
$65.
65 miles to go. And she is right on the money. Local pressure. Move down to 4. Perfect. Right on the money. Yeah, the island's starting to get nice and big now. Looks pretty clear though. A little bit of haze out there, but should have a decent view. We should have a decent view on the way in.
Alright, well, maintain 200 knots for 2 hours before that. Freshman 875, descend to 3,000, and slow to 190. Descend to 3,000, then slow to 190, there's an 875.
Oh yeah, as long as I don't have any speed restrictions, yeah, I could bump it down and then just enjoy the view on the way down. But there's not much to see out here this ride but water. So I will be down at 240 knots by 10. And then before we make that turn, we'll be down to about 210 on gave. That should be in range. So far, didn't even need any speed brake on the way down. Beautiful. Can't ask for anything more than that. Yeah, I'm using a course index of 30 this ride. That should be in range now.
line 56, send a 3,000 now and send a 3. Alright, we'll send a 3,000. Sorry, quarter 2196, they're down towards 24 left.
You can see the sandy beach all around the edge. Cool. I've got the runway. It's actually pretty clear out. Should have a nice view on the way in. Oh, you want drag now, eh? All right, I'll give you some drag.
That's 785 by 040.
So that shouldn't blink like that. Something should be looked at from PMDG. It really shouldn't flash like that. And what are we looking at? 298. That's 10. And I'm on terrain. 10,000 exterior lights, engine start selected, CFS panel set for terrain. Oh yeah. Down, Johnny. She gets a little lazy here. She seems to get very lazy in the final segments for some reason. It should have been a nice smooth ride the whole way down the way this was set up. Man, that view is amazing though. Beautiful. And the water looks great. Looks like the wind is whipping it around in different directions. Nice. And let's kick that back. And let's start slowing down, shall we? That's 2 hours and 42 minutes. She does not want to slow down. Come on, baby. You know what? Come on. Slow this baby down. She should be slowing down. Nice. This don't make any sense. She's not moving at all. Definitely need some work there. Ain't no doubt about that. Alright, get you up. You're coming down. Give me one. Got a couple of right turns coming up now. 5. Speed check. Cool view. Be 10. Should be $160. Let's check it. Good. $15. Alright, we good now. And let's bring up you, shall we? 25. And we're gonna go right to 30.
X2X over the tower, 113.25.
And 30. So, lights, engine start select is auto brake, speed brake, flaps, they've been notified. A4 landing, front approach, tender notification, speed brake, landing gear, and flaps. And this is all auto flight from PMDG. Only issue she has is slowing down in that final segment. Should not have that big of a problem slowing down, not on the descent that I set up.
Canada 936, 3000.
Yeah, lost sight of that runway now. You're going to go back to 4. And you're all going to be set.
Canada 967, repeat to 180 knots.
Do believe we are set. My bird.
Canada 439, heading 060.
Come on. Give me the yoke. Give me the yoke.
25.
Don't want to give up the yoke.
1934, maintain 170 knots out of left.
And you know what? Go to the airport now. There we go. Pay attention here, Johnny.
Canada 967, maintain 170 knots out of left. Jetman 503, runway beach, turn left heading 120.
Don't need that.
180 knots.
Bring up that. got a little bit of the island right now. That's pretty much it.
Canada 116 Heavy arrival, descend to 3000.
I don't have the airport, and I don't have the runway. Not yet, anyway.
Air Canada 5266, deployment center,
Picking up something. Oh, I've got the runway now. I've got it. Runway's mine.
Approaching minimums.
Just 83 or 5.5 behind heavy,
500 minimums.
Landing.
400.
Oh, easy there, Johnny.
Canada 116, turn left heading 070.
300. 200.
Beautiful ride.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ooh, where'd that wind come from? Where'd that wind come from? We gotta make a U-turn here, huh? No taxiway here. Alright, Louis. Let's see if PMDG can make this turn.
Yeah, 366, turn left heading 170 to 3000.
Not bad. I've been having trouble with my tiller, but you know what? I think that's fixed as well. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Turn left heading 300. Air Canada 116, maintain 170 knots now until
That was a cool ride. I'm glad Patty suggested that today. Give me a minute on that. And we can stop that. Yeah, on the way in. Exterior lights as needed. Well, we're not off the runway yet, but APU's up and running. Your dampers off. Window heat switches are off. Pro heat switches are off. Engine wing and the ice are off. Engine start selectors as needed. And we'll turn them off once we get off the runway. Auto brake is off. Speed brake is down. Flaps are up. Transponder TA auto. Weather radar is set to test. Where the heck are the terminals here? Oh, right here? Oh, wow, look at that. These are the terminals? Wow. I've never been to this airport before. All right, let's turn in here.
Air Canada 465, flight heading 230, descend to 4000.
And don't need you. Little tiny airport, eh? Pick a spot, any spot. Let's get rid of you. And that's long enough. And kill number 2 engine.
Alger 310, turn left heading 010.
Left turn heading 010.
See, that's why I get that little bit of a jitter there. Come on. Wow. 60% throttle. She doesn't want to budge. That's not good either.
Left 350, clear that left 33 left.
Alrighty then. Any collision is off and no smoking seatbelt sign. PMDG setup. Let's see. Wrong one. Ground services. Set the chocks. Ground power. And ground air. And doors. Get those doors open. You are on standby. You are off. We have ground power. Ground power. Ground power. Ground air. And you're off. What do we have here? Let's see. Electrical power, APU or ground. We're on ground. Bleed panel. We're on external air. Fuel cutoff levers to cut off. Anti-collision lights off. Passenger signs are off. Fuel pump switches are off. Electrical panel check set. Galley power to off is off. Window switches are off. Hydraulic pumps are off. Electric lights as needed. And we've got position lights. And let's see. Flight director switches are off. Chocks in position. Brakes are off. And that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed that ride. It'll probably be one of my longer ones. I had a blast. PMDG performed beautifully the entire ride from cold and dark. You know what? How about we shut it down completely? And then we know we're from originator flight to completely shutting down. So, because I'm going to go eat and then I'll come back to another flight maybe. I feel pretty good. And my voice is actually staying. So, another plus. Alright, IRS select is to off. Emergency exit lights are off. Exterior lights are off. Bleed air panel, we're already set for unconditioned air. Engine start select is to both. AC/DC panel to standby power. Right, did we disconnect ground power? We did not. And battery off. Well, that is a complete wrap. Well, I hope you enjoyed that ride. I had a blast. And for those of you that were here, you know, Greg, Jet Driver, and Pat, and everybody else, if I missed your name, sorry, man. Joe, I hope you had fun, man. And I'll catch you on my next ride. You know, I may get another one in tonight. Who knows? We'll see how I feel after I eat. All right, everybody. Take care, man. I'll catch you on my next ride.